I'm Virginia Moody, and I'm an East Tennessee native. I grew up in rural Appalachia in a single wide trailer. We lived in poverty. We knew survival, not success. So I forged my own path. Over the years, I've worn a lot of hats, taken some big risks, and built things from the ground up. Looking back, every job and every challenge was preparing me for what I do today. 10 years ago, that path led me here to create adventures with Virginia. Today I live a bi-continental life, splitting my time between Tennessee and Southern Africa. I curate meaningful, off-the-beaten-path experiences for travelers who want more than just a vacation. When I first came to Africa, it didn't take long to understand why people call it life-changing. The scale of the land, the silence of the bush, the closeness to nature, it strips away all the noise and brings you back to what matters. And then there's the wildlife, the big five: lion, leopard, elephant, buffalo, and rhino. Those are just the headline acts. But every species, from the smallest bird to the towering giraffe, plays a part in this incredible ecosystem. It's impossible to witness it all and not feel a responsibility to protect it. But behind all the beauty, there is a harder story. Many of Africa's most iconic species are fighting for survival. I've had the privilege of working alongside some of the continent's leading conservation teams, people who are literally rewriting the future for these animals. We've relocated cheetahs to diversify the genetics of the species, giving them a stronger chance to thrive. We've assisted in the rewilding of pangolins, a species a lot of people have not even heard of. They're the most heavily trafficked mammal in the world. We've joined anti-poaching units during the dehorning of rhinos, a difficult but very necessary act to keep them safe from poachers. And we support a baby rhino orphanage where calves are rescued from dire straits and raised by hand until they're old enough to rewild. And we're main contributors to an elephant sanctuary, home to the most scientifically studied orphan herd in the world. Even the United States Army is studying them to advance sonar and robotic arm technology. These are not spectator moments. My clients are right there, hands-on, part of the work. It's taken years to build the relationships and trust that make these experiences possible, and I'll never take that access for granted. Between saving species, we also celebrate Africa's incredible diversity and beauty. Horseback safaris, hot air ballooning over the plains, fine wines in the Cape, and nights under a billion stars. Every experience has purpose, and every adventure supports the people who make it possible. Every lodge I partner with is beautiful, comfortable, and purpose-driven, committed to conservation, community, and creating opportunity. So yes, you'll enjoy every luxury while knowing your stay helps protect wildlife and uplift local people. The wildlife and beauty are wonderful, yes, I do enjoy it, but what truly inspires me are Africa's people. I want to introduce you to some incredible women making real change in their communities. Let's start with the Art Root ladies. These women create beautiful batik fabrics that celebrate their culture and creativity. When we visit, we don't just shop, we make the art right alongside them. It's a full day spent together, side by side. The funds they earn from our visits go directly to support their local preschool, providing meals, supplies, and a safe place for children to learn and grow. The school may look simple, walls lined with posters teaching colors and numbers, but what happens inside those walls is powerful. In a community where abuse and exploitation are heartbreakingly common, these teachers are also giving children the tools to recognize when something isn't right and the courage to speak up. It's a win-win. Our visits help fund education and opportunity, and we come away with more than we could ever put a price on. As you look at these homes, remember, millions of people across Africa live like this every day. No heat, no air conditioning, often no running water or electricity. Families cook outside, fetch water by hand, and still find ways to build a life with pride and purpose. Out of neighborhoods just like these come women who are changing everything. One of them is Kate, and I'll let her tell you her story.
Hi, my name is Kate Nkuna. I am 30 years old, a director of Learning Haven Aftercare. This is where I work and also my home. This is my house, and that is my classroom. Come and have a look. I call this a safe space for learners because that's where they spend most of their days here. Monday to Friday is a long week, so this is where they came back when they come back to school, and I assist them with their homework, assignment, and projects. My son was struggling academically, so I had to step in and support him. During my support, and I saw him transforming, and then I know that this was the right start. Most learners are struggling, and I can step in, and that's where I found my motivation. Many people believed in me, especially the children that I was assisting. I didn't want to disappoint them too, so I keep moving on for their sake, because I saw that it was an impact and I wanted to do better for them. I sacrificed a lot to establish this structure. I used my children's grant. It was hard, but I had to do it, because if I don't, who will?
So when you say you used your child support grant,
yes.
So you are saying that instead of you taking the money that government gives you to support your child, you took it to establish something for other children.
Yes, that's what I did.
Okay.
In case you didn't catch every word, with nothing but determination and her government child support stipend, she found a way to build her own classroom. Kate is proof that change doesn't always start with wealth or power. It starts with love, courage, and the will to act. Behind every strong woman, there's another who's walked the road before her. That's Ma, the cultural guide who welcomed me into her village years ago and became a friend, mentor, and role model to many, including myself and Kate. From the start, I saw myself in her. Humble beginnings, determination, and a heart for others.
My name is Smakaleng Mothapo, but then people call me Sma because Sma is just easier to remember, so it's just a short for my full name. I am a born and bred Belabelian. I am 37 years old. I'm a social worker by profession, but then I am also somebody who's very passionate about business and entrepreneurship, and then building the local economy. And then I would say that I've worked in quite a number of programs, like your HIV and AIDS, poverty alleviation, immigration, and asylum seekers. I've also worked on gender programs, the LGBT. So I think having been exposed to quite a number of projects and issues have shaped up the woman that I am today. And then it has also given me an opportunity to look at life from a different perspective and not be just one-dimensional when it comes to the issues that people face in various communities. So in a nutshell, that is just me. I'm somebody who's very passionate about community development. It's not easy being black and being female and living in a township of predictable disparity. So the first challenge that I experienced was when you look around in the environment, all you see is poverty. And it becomes quite a challenge to be a young black female or male living in this area to foster a different mindset other than what you see. Because if you are exposed to only poverty, how do you then begin to see something different if all you can see is poverty? Being raised by a poor mom, a poor mother, and a poor dad who also did not have, who were not exposed to other things in life. I mean, the only thing that they could give me was just what they know, and what they knew was poverty. I think outsiders don't have the essence, the actual experience of what it's like to be black and living in a village. The things that they take for granted, it's things that we value the most. Because being black, living in a village is problematic on its own. Because the things that we get, we know what it's like to sleep on a hungry stomach. Things like having a car, being able to have a warm cooked meal, being able to make decisions or choices as to whether no, today I don't want to eat rice, I want to eat meat. No, today I don't want to eat meat, I want to have pizza. That is luxury we don't get to have in the township. I think what inspired me was my own ability to rise above the circumstances that were given to me. It is possible. I am a black female that grew in this township, and then if you follow certain routes, and then if you alter and change the way you think and do certain things, it is possible for you to progress in life. So that was my inspiration. And then I was also inspired by women, other women who have done it. But I've also made a conscious decision to learn from women across all races. Women like Virginia, for instance, because she came into my life without knowing even who I am. In my brain, I was just thinking, no, I'm taking this white lady from America on a tour. And then from her arrival, she saw things that I didn't see. For instance, we went to the daycare, and then she started asking them, what are the needs in your establishment? And then she's like, no, write it down and then send it to me, and then I'm going to engage other people who might be able to assist you. And then the first time when I saw her coming with kiddies' toys, books, and things that were of benefit to the school, and food as well, and seeing the staff at the daycare being so excited and being humbled by it, it humbled me. But then her relationship with me has also motivated me to start a journey with other women to try and use one collective voice to develop others. Because at the end of the day, if we were to sit as women across all races and backgrounds, you would realize that we all have one common goal, which is for us to become the best versions of ourselves. Thank you.
Amen to that.
SMA proves that your circumstances do not define your destiny. As we close, I want to leave you with a glimpse of the daycare SMA and I help support. This is where it all comes together, the heart of what we do. Because while the wildlife, the lodges, and the landscapes are unforgettable, this is what matters. Investing in the next generation and in the people who give so much of themselves to lift their communities. These women's work doesn't just lift up their own households, it strengthens their entire village. People are often curious why I'm so dedicated to the rural African townships that I work in. The answer is simple. I recognize their resilience because I've lived my own version of it. Their corrugated steel homes remind me of the trailer I was raised in. That beginning gave me a profound appreciation for everything I've accomplished and a burning desire to see others succeed. It also gave me a heart that recognizes dignity, resilience, and potential in people who are doing their best with what they have. I want to encourage everyone to look for travel that means something, travel that goes beyond sightseeing, that connects you to people, purpose, and place. My clients don't just visit Africa, they engage with it. They spend time in the villages, lend a hand at the schools, help deliver food and supplies where they're needed most, and work right alongside the conservation teams. It's not about charity, it's about connection. And every time we show up with open hearts, we leave a little better for it. That's the beauty of empowerment. It multiplies. These women are creating a ripple effect that's changing lives in ways I can't even imagine. And that's why I do this work. Because when we lift one another up, we see that we're all connected. In the end, travel isn't about what we see, it's about who we become. No matter your color, your background, or your bank account, you can achieve your dreams and help others while you do it. When we travel with meaning, we don't just change our view, we change lives. Follow along on my adventures. You can find me on socials. And thank you truly for your time, and to Lisa Smith and the Girl Institute for this absolutely wonderful event bringing us all together. I am proud to be here.